All right. Can everybody hear me without this? I hate these things. All right. I'm mildly in prayer, but that's pretty normal. So Jay Turner is one of my best friends, and obviously, you know, it's a race family. Y'all understand that. So I trust him with my life, my safety. We're tight. It's not always been that way. Jay and me, at the beginning, didn't like each other very much. Not that we didn't dislike each other, but we weren't huge fans. And so it's come a long way, and here we are now. And I'm just very proud of him, proud that he has got into the Hall of Fame. And life sure is a trip sometimes, but I'm gonna keep this real short. But I just want to thank Jay, congratulate Jay, and things come full circle, you know. So you come from, you know, too many kids, hard-headed people, right, to being real good friends, and then being surrounded by a great race family. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for y'all and for Jay Turner. So congratulations, Jay.
Hold on. Hold on.
One of my great skills is racing. One of my worst skills is public speaking. So I would like to thank the voting members of the Hall of Fame for putting me here. This is something that I never, like Wayne said, I never set a goal of one day that I was going to be in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to the members of the Hall of Fame and the inductees of this year. It's a Well, when they said you're going in the Hall of Fame, the first thing I said was, well, I'm not quitting yet. I said, that's okay. I said, well, that's good. The motorcycle side of the Hall of Fame is a stacked deck of members that I would consider legends and heroes. Pete Hill, Ray Price, Danny Johnson, Elmer Trett, Jim McClure, Bill Ferguson. They're all guys that I grew up watching, and they're all one of the reasons why I wanted to be here, be a motorcycle racer. I got started in racing with my father and Jerry Joyce and Mark Joyce when they reopened Farmington Dragway in the 70s. And Uncle Fred he raced pro stock, and at that point I thought there wasn't anything better than pro stock cars. And then Dad had a motorcycle race, and that was the first time that I had smelled nitromethane. And I said, well, I have to do that. So then Mom and Dad formed the Southern Cycle Racing Association, and it was just more of the same of being around legends all the time and getting to know them and actually consider them to be friends. And so I went to college, and that wasn't very good. It didn't last very long either. And I decided that I needed to get my dad to talk to me again, so I enlisted in the Army. And that was a life changer. You know, it taught me a lot of things, taught me what I needed to be and what I didn't need to be. And when I got my first bike, you know, I had a lot of help from Elmer Trett, Jim, Bill Furr, and I was not very good. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was lucky that I didn't die or kill somebody else. I really have to thank Jim McClure and Phyllis for being a part of my life for most of my life. And you know, Jim was the first person that, you know, that really went out of his way to help me. And he said, he said, if you bring your parts up here, I'll work on them for free, and you just pay for the parts. And most of the time I paid for the parts. And he never talked about the times that I didn't. One of the biggest breaks I got the biggest break I got in my career was when Bobby Buckley called me to ride his bike. And it was the first time I got put on a bike with good equipment. And it was the turning point of my career. We were good. We liked each other. We were family. We weren't just a race team. I wasn't just a rider. He wasn't just an owner. And it was, without Bobby, I would never be standing up in front of you right here today. I just want everybody to know that. Like Quayne said, nobody gets up there by themselves. It's a group effort. You know, drag racing is probably the biggest team sport that there is, and you're not going to be up there without a great team. And I'm very happy to have a great team, a great race family. Everybody that's associated with me, I really appreciate everything that you do. There's too many people to list without leaving somebody out, and I don't want to do that. I see Clyde Mendenhall right there. You know, other than a family member, I don't have a memory without Clyde Mendenhall in it. It's an extreme honor. You know, I started this journey sometime around maybe in the mid-70s, and I was just a kid at the racetrack. And 45 years later, I'm still a kid at the racetrack. It must be way down inside, but that's the way I feel. And lastly, I would not be standing here today without the love and support of my parents believing in me and trusting me. Thank you.
He failed to mention